Hello, in this video I'm going to share with you my top 3 tips on how to stay motivated at a job that you hate. In case you don't know me, my name is Lene. I'm a full-time working wife and mom of 3 young girls, and several months ago I started this vlog series called Operation Fix My Life from Ordinary to Extraordinary, where I am just documenting in real time my journey to improving my finances, my family, my fitness, and my future. If you want to follow along on my personal journey, then feel free to check out www.operationfixmylife.com or check out my Facebook page where I post a lot of cool things throughout the week, and every Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Time I go live on Facebook sharing my top tips, tricks, and advice that I'm learning on this personal journey of growth and development. If you want to follow me, you can find the links to my website and my Facebook page in the description box below. So I think I read a stat that states like 85% or something of Americans don't like their jobs. So as someone who previously had a job that I loved and cared about so much, I was super passionate about it, and now moving to recently a position that I'm not so passionate about, I really struggled with motivation to wake up in the morning every day and go to work. Now, the old Lene before this journey would have been sulking and depressed and unmotivated and stressed out and irritated, but the new Lene, the Operation Fix My Life Lene, decided that I had to find the lessons. I had to figure out how to turn things around, how to find the motivation to still perform at my absolute best, even though I'm not super crazy about this job. So I have to say that tip number 1 to staying motivated at a job that you hate is to constantly remind yourself of how awesome you are as an employee and how lucky that employer is to have you working on their team. Now, the turnaround came for me when I sat down for my 2016 performance review, and we spent like an hour and a half going through all of my accomplishments. So if you work at a job that does like yearly performance reviews, I would suggest that you don't wait until that review to remind yourself of how awesome you are. So here's my suggestion. Every day that you're at work, I want you to seek opportunities to exceed expectations. At least once a day, look for an opportunity to solve a problem, to go above and beyond, either for a customer, a client, a coworker, to maybe step out of the box of your own job description and provide value to someone else. Seek opportunities to flex your intellectual muscles and exceed your own expectations of what you even have for yourself. But the second part of this tip is when you do find those opportunities to go above and beyond, start keeping a journal of all of your accomplishments. At the end of your workday, just take a couple minutes to write down what the problem was that you found, how you solved the problem, and then at the end of the week, go back and read everything you wrote. The act of looking for opportunities to be awesome and then taking the time to remind yourself of all the awesome things you did throughout the week will really give you the motivation to put your all into the job that you have, even if you hate it. My second tip for staying motivated at a job that you hate is to stop looking at your job as a place of employment. Instead, look at your job as an opportunity to be paid to learn. So I think the biggest problem with the job mentality is that we are hired to perform a function. We are paid to perform a certain job duty within a company or within an organization. And the lack of motivation most times comes from the fact that once we master our function, we're just bored. We're not being challenged. We're not having opportunities to expand our skill set to grow personally and professionally. So if we stop looking at our job as just a place that's paying us to perform a function, and we start looking instead for opportunities to build new skill sets, then we can almost treat our job as if we're going to school on a full ride scholarship that's actually paying us a stipend to learn something new. So for you, if there are other departments within your company or organization that have teams and functions that require certain skills that you don't have, why don't you start networking with those other teams? Why don't you start seeking opportunities to grow and build and expand your skill set, thus making you more marketable to potential future employers? If we can switch our mentality from being paid to work to instead being paid to learn, then that will give us a little kick in the pants to wake up every morning motivated and ready to learn something new every day. And my final tip for staying motivated at a job that you hate is to make sure that when you are out of work, when you are done with your 9 to 5 for the day and for the week, that you are spending time pursuing your passions. Now, I know a lot of us, when we have a stressful job or we're working at a job that we hate, when we're off, all we want to do is unplug from the world, right? We just want to cut ourselves off from reality. We want to binge on Netflix. We just want to scroll through our social media feeds. We just want to disconnect from the world. But that is not the answer. That's not healthy and it's not helpful. The answer is to start pursuing the reasons why you were placed on this earth, what your purpose is, who you were meant to be, and what you were meant to do in this world. This is the point of life. This is the reason why we're living. We're not living so we can spend 40 hours a week at a job that we hate and then go home and waste our brains away on social media. So if you're someone who doesn't know what your passion is or what your purpose is, not to worry. I'm going to be back next week with a video called 3 Tips to Finding Your Passion and Pursuing Your Purpose. Please give a thumbs up if you like this video, or if you have a tip on what it takes to stay motivated at a job that you hate, I would love to hear it in the comments below. Don't forget, if you want to follow my Operation Fix My Life journey, you can check out www.operationfixmylife.com, or you can follow my journey also on Facebook and on Instagram. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.